Another milestone for the Virginia-class submarine program. I'm Brian Moore, and this is Focus NNS. We're here atop the newest crane at Newport News Shipbuilding, the 315 metric ton Goliath gantry crane. It will support construction and overhaul of the greatest military ships being built in the world. And speaking of those great ships, Delaware was christened with smashing success. We'll take you to the ceremony. Plus, Newport News Shipbuilding features safety at the annual Environmental Health and Safety Expo. We'll show you how we're keeping safety a top priority. And the George Washington CVN-73 is getting a major upgrade in technology. We'll show you the latest as the carrier's overhaul continues. Those stories and more are coming up, but first on deck, the Delaware SSN 791 is one step closer to becoming part of the Navy submarine fleet. The submarine was christened just behind me here on October 20th before a crowd of 1,500 proud shipbuilders, crew, and sponsor.
Being from Delaware, it brings a lot of pride to me. It's, my home state, it's the first state, it's the best state, and it's pretty awesome that I get to be a part of it.
So I take great pride in the work that I do. I get a huge sense of accomplishment knowing these sailors will be safe and their mission successful for months, while they're at sea for months at a time.
Delaware is the 18th submarine of the Virginia class and the 9th to be delivered by Newport News Shipbuilding. She's named for the second smallest state, but her purpose is monumental. Her strength and her stealth give our country a powerful advantage over our adversaries. We consider it a privilege to work with everyone on the Virginia class team because we know that with each new submarine we build, we are building something greater than ourselves. We are building history and delivering freedom to the United States of America.
A little over 2 years ago, my grandson Hunter and I helped to lay the keel of this impressive vessel. That keel is the backbone that will hold the Delaware steady, give her balance, and steer her straight. This submarine will be strong, like the sailors who make up her crew. One of life's greatest honors is being part of the Delaware family and your shipmate for life. But I simply represent the people of Delaware who take great pride in this submarine and will stand by its crew and their families. God bless you all. Thank you.
Now, for the moment we've all been waiting for, let's go christen this submarine.
I christen the United States ship Delaware. May God bless this submarine and all who sail in her.
The October 20th ceremony was also a first for the Virginia-class program, as Electric Boat also christened Vermont on the same day. That's the first time that's ever happened in the history of the Virginia-class submarine program. And incidentally, former Vice President Joe Biden was unable to attend the ceremony, but he did stop by the shipyard the day before to greet shipbuilders at shift change, thanking them for their hard work. And now, let's take a look at some other news from around the yard. The aircraft carrier Kennedy CVN-79 continues to take shape at Newport News Shipbuilding. The ship's 726-ton lower bow was put in place in late September. The joining of the bow, which includes the distinctive bulbous feature, completes the section of the ship below the waterline and extends it an additional 122 feet. The lower bow is more than 64 feet tall and 54 feet wide. It's one of the heaviest lifts to be placed on the ship. With an improved build strategy, which includes the use of digital technology, the Kennedy is on track for christening in late 2019. Out with the old and in with the new, the refueling and complex overhaul of USS George Washington continues using technology as a tool. Aaron Pritchett has details on the success in this time of transition.
It's been called one of the most challenging engineering and industrial tasks undertaken by any organization. And although the shipbuilders of Newport News Shipbuilding have the RCOH, or the refueling and complex overhaul of an aircraft carrier, down to a science, there's no doubt about it. It's a grueling grind that transforms and reinvigorates the largest ship in the naval fleet to last another 25 years. And as USS George Washington CVN 73 is currently in dry dock undergoing this mammoth task, plenty of progress has been made, thanks to lessons learned and a flair of digital technology.
It came in 25 years old. It's almost like flipping a house. You know, you get in there, you gut everything out, electronic-wise, do structural mods, rebuilding the island house, radar towers, catapults, everything gets basically brought back to life. There is a method to the madness. It's the world's largest warship, and in turn, we're all on top of each other trying to get something done. So it's a lot of communication, a lot of, step out of the way so your partner can come through and do his thing or her thing, and then you step back in. But when it's all said and done with, we've all got to be finished.
Well, you got to get your mind focused, because it's not really a lot of time. 4 years, you'll think it's a lot of time, but it's not a lot of time to do all the stuff we have to do here. They keep us engaged with the work we're doing to make us to see the bigger picture of what we're doing for the world.
Honestly, I do feel like I am giving back, because every day I come to work, I put my best foot forward. I work hard. I make sure that the people around me are safe. So yes, I am excited to be on overhaul.
For a lot of people, especially in these days, there's a lot of new people here. So everybody's asking the question of how do you know where to begin? Well, it all established long, long ago, and we've all built on those lessons, and we continue to refine those lessons. IDS is a big initiative now that is it's at the ground floor.
This is actually one of the first ships that we've had a large presence of integrated digital shipbuilding on the RCOH program. One of the biggest things that we're seeing from is that it's actually taken the way we've always done it before, and it's allowing us to be a little bit more efficient, a little bit more effective, a little bit quicker in our day-to-day operations. Very specifically to the radar tower, one of the things that RCOH never had in the past was a 3D product model. So we were actually able to take that 3D product model and not just utilize it for engineering and planning, but actually put it into the hands of our craftsmen. So our craftsmen were actually able to see kind of an early stage of the radar tower, even doing some testing very early on in the availability. So when it actually came to the ship, we're in a much better situation. We're a lot farther ahead, and a lot of really what IDS allowed us to do is not just the new products, not just the digital product, but allowed us to think outside the box of how can we reinvent the RCOH program.
All the different trades are involved with it. It makes it a lot easier because on those 3D drawings, I can see more of the other trades, like piping or ventilation or something like that could be in my way, putting up a light or connection box or anything like that, and I have it all on one drawing instead of getting multiple drawings, going back and forth, trying to figure out which drawing I need, where it's just at my fingertips and I'm just rotating the drawing around.
Technology and actually new employees coming in gives you a better perspective, as far as technology that's out there. The young men and women coming in here today know a whole lot more about that than people like myself who's been here 25, 30 years. And they come in with a different mindset. Hey, you always did it this way, but how about doing it that way? Or nothing worse than having a plan to go in and do something based off of a drawing. And over the 25-year lifespan of this ship, there's been alterations. It's like moving the furniture in your house and nobody told you. So the idea is to know what those interferences are before the ship gets here and having a good plan on being able to get those out of the way.
We'll continue to keep you up to date on the RCOH of USS George Washington CVN 73. as shipbuilders move closer to the finish line of getting her back into the open waters as a completely overhauled, revitalized, and powerful ship for the U.S. Navy. For Focus NNS, I'm Aaron Pritchett. Back to you, Brian.
All right, thanks so much, Aaron. Well, they are models of excellence, and in October, they were recognized for their outstanding achievements. 181 shipbuilders were honored at the 2018 award ceremony. Individuals and teams are noted for their performance and accomplishments in 5 categories: courage to make a difference, customer satisfaction, leadership, innovative excellence, and operational excellence.
To be a Model of Excellence recipient holds responsibility. You're a model, and I want to be a model. I want people to see what I'm doing even on my worst days and say, hey, he did it with integrity, he did it with ethics, he did it safely.
And you can watch a highlights video of the MOE ceremony on the app NNS To Go and on the Newport News Shipbuilding website. Well, safety is a top priority here at Newport News Shipbuilding. The shipyard can be a dangerous place to work, so it's important to always be aware of the job you're doing and of your surroundings. Lena Wallace takes us to the 2018 Environmental Health and Safety Expo.
Recognize, evaluate, and control. It's the 3 words that shipbuilders use while staying safe on the job. It's also the motto of safety task teams that lead efforts to determine if there are safer alternatives on job sites. But this time, shipbuilders came to them at the Environmental Health and Safety Expo. Safety is timeless, especially in the shipbuilding industry, where shipbuilders work around the clock to build and deliver the nation's nuclear warships.
Safety is a way of life. It's a mindset. It's a need.
A mindset that begins before work does.
Everything here, all the quizzes and all the questions they ask us, we actually go through it at a morning briefing. It's like a review.
Safety task teams reinforce ways to reduce injury and control hazards.
It shows the innovation and creativity that our shipyard workers have. It's amazing.
There can always be better ways to do things and safer and more efficient ways.
And that leads to
coming to work and leaving the same way you came in and not being injured at all.
Coming out to an event like this, which we didn't have years ago, means that the shipyard and the quality of life is really making big strides.
Building ships takes a safety-focused team. Shipbuilders are encouraged to think of new ideas about how to improve safety and bring those ideas to their leadership. For Focus NNS, I'm Lena Wallace. Back to you, Brian.
All right, thanks so much, Lena. Well, from high above the shipyard, 241 feet high to be exact, that's going to do it for this edition of Focus NNS. Remember, don't miss out on all the latest news and information from Newport News Shipbuilding. You can get it by downloading our free app, NNS To Go, available in the Google and Apple stores on your smartphones and tablets. And don't forget to check out the latest news in our weekly publication, Currents. And remember, Focus NNS is available on numerous stations throughout the state of Virginia, like Virginia Beach TV, WTOB in Blacksburg, Virginia, and JCC TV serving James City County and Williamsburg. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Brian Moore.